Alrighty. Looks like everything's working properly. If you are watching this after the fact, or if you're in the chat, please let me know how the audio is. I've been frickin' messing with this for the last week, trying to get everything to sound good. Still kind of fighting with this noise gate here. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, a couple of things I wanted to kind of talk about today. The first one being using the old Digitakt and the TR8S together, which is something I've kind of been messing with recently. And like I thought about making a video about this, about like the Digitakt versus like the TR8S, because I feel like these are kind of constantly pitted against each other as like the de facto drum machines. And, you know, being that I have both, which to be honest, I didn't even really mean to get the TR8S. It was at a music around back when I lived in Colorado, and they were selling it for like $200, and I did not need it at all, but I was like, it's $200, so I'm gonna get it. And I think it's a fantastic like drum machine, kind of like on its own, but there's certain things about it that are just like so damn annoying. It's like, and it's kind of like a constant struggle with Roland gear, which I have tons of Roland stuff. Big fan of a lot of their stuff. I mean, I've been using their keytars, you know, for like 10 plus years. Had a Jupiter 80 for a while, had a Juno 106. Got the SEO2, the little boutique? That was another thing that I rescued from the music around. But what is so annoying about Roland stuff is like you have to do all this menu diving to get to certain features, and just stuff just doesn't work like you would like it to. And coming from using the Digitakt, because I got this like way before I ever got the TR8S, the Digitakt in terms of how you program it, I feel like is just really, really fun. It's a little bit more of a learning curve to get started with it. And I think that that's why maybe, you know, in some people's eyes, going with the TR8S might be like the move, because truly, if you just want to get going and make a beat really quickly, like it's so quick. And that is one of the pros of it. And also just the way you know, I don't want to say like programming it, but like you play it. Like it's much more of a performance instrument. And that, you know, that makes sense. But getting through all that, talking about using these two together. So before, what I was kind of messing with is like, how about the Digitakt be kind of doing all the music stuff, and then you leave the drums, you know, just up to the TR8S and program the, you know, your patterns and everything on here. And excuse me, I'm going to burp because I just opened a Red Bull. Ooh, the noise gate worked there. So I was messing with that, just like, you know, basically the only MIDI going to and from these was just clock, so that they were synced up together, which was cool. I was like, yeah, this is like great, because you can, you know, spend more time just like making like musical sequences on the Digitakt, which is really great. And one of the annoying things about the Digitakt is the way that it handles side chaining and getting that ducking effect. Is that when you side chain, you know, say if my kick was here on sample 1, then it side chains like basically the entire mix, which if you have anything that has like a snare, like, or a clap, you know, for like housey stuff, like it just is kind of like unusable. Now, if you're doing like minimal techno, which a lot of people, you know, use this for, specifically the guy that I think of is Dave Mack on YouTube. You know, he does a bunch of like minimal techno and tech house stuff. And I think for that, it's great because you don't have to worry about the side chain, but that's something that's always frustrated me. Whereas with the TR8S, it has, the side chaining is just like, so it's like kind of stupid simple, but it's perfect because that's all you need it to do. You just, you know, select the channel you want it to sidechain to, and that's it. So then when you're running external audio through the external in back here, like we are with the Digitakt right now, and then letting the TR8S be, the main drum thing, which is doing the kick drum, then it side chains perfectly. So I messed with that for quite a while. And then I was like, well, what if we actually use the Digitakt to program and basically, use the MIDI channels down here, send those to, the kick, snare, hi-hat, and so forth, and program it, because then you have the active mutes here, and then you kind of have this weird thing too where you can start to like program a sequence, from here going to the kick, snare, or whatever you want to do. But then you can also like program on top of that with, by programming here, which is kind of weird. It's kind of like a cool way to like mash up different, sequences together. So for instance, on the Digitakt here, again, it's kind of, I haven't gone into like all the settings on the TR8S to figure out what the best way to kind of do this is, but I figured out, basically a good jumping off point. So right now my TR8S is receiving MIDI on channel 16. So then, this is our kick. We turn the volume up. That's the snare. That's close hi-hat. Open hi-hat, which sounds like it's sizzling. And then that, I think, is, this channel. And that's it. So I have, what is that, 5? So make sure we clear the pattern here. So what's great about this is that, we can quickly get a little sequence going. And like I said, you can like layer up like patterns. So if we add like something like that, and then once we go and mute the MIDI to that hi-hat channel, we still have that going on, which I think is kind of cool. It's almost like having like 2 DJ decks, like in a sense, but like for your drum beats, which is kind of cool. But I think where this gets interesting, and I'm going to say this with a caveat because I know some of the updates that they've been doing on the TR8S, like the programming of it is like they're kind of taking some notes from Electron in terms of how their sequencers work, with like the, was it like step locker or something like that? I'm sure it is something basically, or trigger conditions. Maybe that's what it's called. So for instance, on this like hi-hat here, if we turn on the record there and then we can see where all of our steps are, you have the condition right here, which it's probably a little hard to see, but we can set that to, like a lower percentage. So then it's only going to trigger, 50% of the time and so forth. So that's one thing that the Electron stuff, I feel just like blows everything else out of the water. But like I said, I know that Roland is doing some stuff with the firmware here to kind of implement some of those features. But where I find like the reason why I wanted to do the sequencing from the Digitakt mostly, I mean, besides having, those options for, the percentages and the conditions, trigger conditions and all that crap, is if you hold on any of these, you can slide them forward and backward for the micro timing. So whereas on the TR8S, and you can't see this because it's just out of frame, but there's a shuffle knob here. And that's like the, classic like 909, 808, like swing. But you just have a knob that you turn, left or right. And that dictates how much swing and how much shuffle you have. Whereas like with the Electron stuff, like you can actually, we can see how far we slide it. And I love that feature because this works not only for MIDI, but also, you know, for any samples that you're programming as well. See, then it's nice with the TR8S because you still have, you know, you have your decay, you have your pitch and everything, and all those options are directly available to you. Especially the decay on the kick drum. I love that. Yeah. So then also on the Digitakt, one of the things that I love is just being able to record something in very quickly, and then you have this per channel quantizing, you know, which is great because you can just quickly play something in, and even if you don't play it quite right, you can quickly fix that, you know, kind of to your liking. And it's not just a snap to grid thing. You know, you have a percentage here. And also, I should mention, while we're kind of talking about this setup here, is that I know there's other keyboards that you could use for this, obviously, but I feel like, you know, the key step, it's like you see everybody, you know, in the modular community, the DAWless community has a key step. And I think the big selling point, at least for me, especially when paired with the Digitakt, is that, you know, you have this shift button right here, and then you have, when you press that shift, you have the keyboard, like the MIDI channels right here that you can quickly switch to. And the way that the Digitakt is set up is that each one of these, if we go into settings, again, this is going to be hard for you to see. We go to settings and MIDI config, you go to channels. You can see, you know, each one of these tracks is receiving a different MIDI channel. So this allows you to very quickly, so if I do shift in one, that's going to be this right here. This is just simple bass. Shift 2, MIDI channel 2, which is track 2. Nice donker bass. Shift 3. Another bass. Shift 4. Little sample. And so forth. And it is the same with these MIDI channels here, which again, we're using these MIDI channels to send to the TR8S and program it. But the TR8S, like, I think the way that it works, and again, excuse me, I think you can set each, you know, the kick, snare, and so forth, each to receive their own individual MIDI channel. I believe that that's the case. But when I go here, so if I do shift 9, which should be this channel. Oh no, actually, see, it's over here. So maybe I didn't even set that up. I don't think I did because I didn't want to mess with it. And I just have, you know, each individual channel here, and that works. So that's great. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like, again, these are not cheap things, but if you find like a TR8S like I did in the wild for $200, it's definitely worth picking up. If you already have a Digitakt, you know, I feel like once I got this thing, I was like, well, I don't need any other drum machine because this does everything. But it's kind of nice to, again, separate the responsibilities from the Digitakt doing its own thing and the TR8S doing its own thing, but those two doing their own things coming together. So what is next? Maybe we should patch something up. Because I do have, let's see, we have the We got the poly in, poly 2 here that's receiving MIDI from the Digitakt as well. So I have 3, channels that are going to here, both, gate 1, 2, and 3. So we can set those to go wherever. So let's patch something up real quick. Because this, the BIA, I mean, this is great for lead sounds, drum sounds, and bass sounds as well. So let's like patch up a little bass sound. So short cables, we need short cables. So 14 is going to be channel 1. So if I do shift 14, there we go. Ba-bam. So if we do our gate to the trigger, then we'll do pitch. Do I have a, I like to try to keep these color coded. So you do green for gate and purple for pitch. So trigger, gate, ba-ba. That's going to be pitch right there. Man, it's hard to see some of this stuff here. So I'm going to take the output into the data so that we can get it nice and tuned. What color should we use for that? How about red? Red means hot. And then I'll take that out into the old hexagram. And from there, let's see, do we want to go through? This is kind of like the thing that I struggle with is, when it comes to multiband. Hey, there's Matthew Thames. Hey, Matt, does everything set, like, does the level of my voice, like, sound okay? Like, does, like, the level of the music, like, sound? Like, is everything, like, loud enough? I'm kind of, like, struggling with this, the old OBS. I mean, it looks like it's kind of as loud as it can be. Yeah, let me know if it sounds okay. So I think we will. Yeah, screw it. Let's go just the whole thing into the Mimeophone. Mimeophone goes into the Morphogene, and then we like go to a filter. See this multi-channel, right? This is what I end up doing with all my patches. Is just everything kind of goes through the same like effects chain and then like comes out. But screw it. Let's do that though. So we'll go out of the Morphogene, then into our main output. Ba-bam, ba-bam. Okay, thanks, Thames. All right, so if we are on the data here, let's see if we can't tune this sucker up. Look at that, it's almost in tune already. So I'll clear this pattern. So you can see when I'm hitting that, see how this channel's going off? And we can set like the default note if we want to just play it from right here. A little hot. So I'll just program a hi-hat real quick to give us some rhythm. Oh, that's another thing. Just recently, again, you can't really see this because the TR8S isn't the star of the show here, but I went into the settings on the yeah, you can hear it on the delay there, and it has the Tim, you'll love this. It has the tape echo in there. So if I... It sounds pretty good. I mean, the feedback's turned up to 500. Oh, so actually, this is what's could be fun about this. Let's let's take that to C5. So if we're on there, so let's just program in quick notes. Oh, that channel's muted. That makes sense. Excuse me. Let's get a little kick going on. I got the decay turned all the way down here, so. Yeah, man, Roland doesn't know how to make manuals, but they sure know how to make an echo. That's for sure. So actually, let's go back to this channel, and I'm actually going to turn this down another octave. Yeah, because we're going to want those bass notes. So we'll delete all those the long way. Add a couple more. So all that reverb and delay right now is just coming from the TR8S. I love how it just like this subtle little bit on the attack on the BIA just gets you that nice little click all the way to like white noise. So we're gonna hot patch this, take her to the old Wasp. So this is what's fun too about using the Digitakt to like sequence this stuff, is that I can quickly do function and bank, and that turns on the mute mode. Then we can mute that channel and then play something else in. It's like as a fill. Another thing, real quick, on the on the Poly in Poly 2, it's probably very, very hard to see what is on this menu right now, but take my word for it. You have 12 CV channels down here that are called like the custom CVs. That could be modulation, whatever, but I have it set up to where this first one gives me clock from, whatever sending clock, which right now is the Digitakt, and I can prove it just in case you don't believe me. If we go to the oscilloscopy and turn on channel 4, yeah, you see it? That's our clock. Which is really nice because then everything just kind of syncs up. So I usually just take clock from here and then, put it to whatever needs clock. And usually I'll just start with putting it on the old mimeophone. Yeah. Man, I gotta fix my setup here to be able to see the chat because I see that a very friendly person has asked me about the TR8S, but it is so hard to see from here. I just want to get your name. What is it? Grease, all for some. Yeah, so after this stream is over, go back and watch the beginning of it because that was kind of how I started off this stream, is kind of talking about the pros and cons. Not really the pros and cons, more about a reason why you might want both, because I think they're both amazing pieces of gear, but they're both, I think, very, very different in terms of what they do. And I feel like if you got the money, if you find one at a secondhand store for $200 like I did, when it comes to the TR8S, have both. The Digitakt is definitely more of like a I don't know, music computer / sampler thing. So it's different. But I think they're both great. So here's something I want to do. And this is actually a really good thing to mention about why the Digitakt is pretty cool. So, and actually I need to take this sweatshirt off because I'm about to pass out here. Jesus. So hot. Just want to get a nice little sound here. Yeah, let's do a little bit. We're going to sample this. That's what I'm just trying to get proper here. And then also I want to go back to the tuner and just make sure we're still in tune. Okay. Yeah, we're hitting that C. Okay. So like that, okay? That's a sound. So what we can do, it's on the Digitakt, because I mean, I feel like this is, if you're using the Digitakt with modular, I feel like they're really, really great combos because you can both sequence stuff from here, to the modular to actually be able to play stuff. But then also you have a sampler. So we only have one BIA. So let's sample it, and then we can bring up another, get another sound going on this. So I'll just sample that C. You think something like that? It's nice, kind of 808-ish. Okay, so I just hit the direct button and then do function yes to start sampling. That's it. Hit yes again. We stop, and then we can edit it. Looking good. There you go. And then if we go back here, yep. Keep her coming. Keep her coming. There we go. We'll do yes. We'll do yes. And then we need to name this properly. So we call it B I A 0 1. I'll say C. So we know what note we're hitting there. And then just hit yes, we got it, okay. And then you can just directly assign it to a track. So we'll assign it to track 1. I'll go back to direct and do function no to pop out of there. And then if I hit shift 1 and come back to here because I have this set weird. There, and then we have that sound. So we can go back to 14, turn the record on, and just get rid of all those. And then go back to that, and then we'll do like a similar sort of sequence. Got this bit reduction here too. I think I got something going on with the filter, yeah. That's what's cool about the Digitakt too, is that you have, filters and all that per channel. Yeah. See, that's nice right there. So then we can go shift channel 14, I think. Yeah. And then we just freed up our BIA again. Go back to that channel 1 and go to the filter. So you got control over that right there. Turn up the TR8S reverb. Sounds like it's like pitch bending almost. So I'm gonna mult that clock and take that to the old morph. Just record a layer of that lead there. Nice. Pitch that all the way up, and we got a nice little layer here now. Tape echo. Or the snare channel. Go to that channel 14. Repeats all the way up. Unmute. Go back to that snare channel. What does that sound? Little wasp in there. Yeah, that's toit. Yeah, I also kind of wanted to go over this thing with the Zoia, if we could. So I'm gonna try to zoom in here. Let's see, going the wrong way. We're going the wrong way. Hello. So if we zoom in, let's see if you'll actually be able to see this. Zoom in, enhance more. Okay, that's as far as it goes. Which is still kind of hard to see, but we'll go with it. So let's get rid of that. Let's not get rid of that. Let's actually just switch these. So let's get rid of this stuff. That's what I want to get rid of. This stuff is so 10 minutes ago that it's got to go. So we need 2 long cables. Longish cables. So maybe we just need one actually. You see that? It's not going to fit. I'm trying to get over here. Zoom out a little bit just so we can see the end. I don't want you to see down here. Oh my goodness. A little bit. Ooh. See, now my face needs to move. That's fine. That's an easy fix. Let's put you up there, buddy. There you go. Hello. And then the hobby head. Where should that go? Yeah, let's just put it over here. That's fine. It's cool. All right. Like it looks like it's not quite still going. It's got an error. What is happening? Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay. All right, so the camera's still not quite focused in on the old Zoia here, but it'll have to do. So I'm gonna go to a new patch. What the hell is this here? All kinds of stuff going on. Okay, yeah, clock divider and all that. Okay, delete. Yes, we're deleting it. I still need that cable. So this is something really fun, I think. Something I like to do in Ableton a lot is use the MIDI scale and the MIDI chord effects and put the chord before the scale, set the scale to, whatever, G flat major, best key in the world. And then on the chord plugin, you just kind of randomly set, those 6 steps and then just play some notes on the keyboard and you got like an interesting, chord that's semi-random. But doing this thing on the Zoia, you can get like truly random chords. So let's see if I remember how to do this and see how we want to set this up. So I think the main ingredients, again, maybe I could, you can't really like see that, can you? So we're going to do, goodness, please hold. How's that for an angle? Okay, so let's turn that around. Oh yeah, this might do it. Let's go up a little bit. Ooh. Now can we zoom in? Oh, look at that. It's still a little blown out. It's kind of like, it's the one thing that I feel like sucks about the Zoia, which has nothing to do with, using it, but when it comes to trying to like film it, it sucks. It's horrible, actually. Because look at that. It just looks like everything is lit up. But anyways, so the key ingredients here. Basically, what we're going to make is a 4-voice chord generator that is like a semi-random chord thing. And it's just fun to get these really lush chords, and then you run it through effects, and this stuff sounds cool, and then people like you, and it's really neat. So I think we need control modules. So we do random. And we will need 4 of these. So I'll just copy those. Bam. Bam. Okay. Y'all with me so far? We got 4 randoms. This is just random CV. And then we go to control modules again. And then we need that, where is she? The sample and hold. Nice. Yeah, orange is good for this. I don't think we don't need to change any settings or anything. Wait, we got there our sample and hold. Copy that three times because we already had one. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay, and then these randoms are going to go into these sample and holds. And then from there, the nice thing about the Euroburo Zoia is that you have these. I mean, it's not like a nice thing because it's like, oh my god, you got two buttons, amazing. But you do have these two buttons that you can use to assign to anything. So I'll take this button and assign that to the sample and hold. So again, it might be kind of hard to kind of block some light. Yeah, so you see when I press those, we're getting different values every time we press it, and then it holds that value. So then we'll go here, we'll go to control modules, all the way down to quantizer. Where's quantizer? Right there. Scale key jacks, yes. Scale is basic, that's fine. And then we're gonna duplicate these, duplicate, ba-bam. Duplicate, ba-bam. And then duplicate, and then duplicate. Boom. Okay, and then the output of these sample and holds are each going to go to these quantizers. Nice. And we'll switch this to F sharp major on all of them. Which, if we wanted to speed up this process, we could have just had, set the first one and to F sharp major, and then duplicate those, and they'd all be set to the right key. So that might have been a smarter decision, but here we are. So I'll set that major, 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 major. Okay. So now that we have that, let's go to the next page. And we will go to audio modules, oscillators. I'm feeling spicy. Let's do some sawtooth waves. We'll turn on the upsampling duty cycle. What the hell does duty cycle even do? I think that just is supposed to make it sound better. So then we will take these. Let's change the color here. A lime, a green. Surf. I want purple. There we go. And then we will copy and paste these 4 times. Copy, paste, done, copy, paste. Bam, we got 4 of them. And then these could just go directly out, but I think I want to do a VCA on these. Just one VCA. So basically we just have level control. So we'll set the output of these oscillators all into that VCA. And then we can set, I even have this plugged in wrong. This is the output right there. Yes, sir. So take that VCA output to there. Okay, and then now, basically on the first little thingamajig here, this is where the frequency of the oscillator is. So we need to set that, or connect those rather, patch them to the quantizer. So if we select that first one, go to right here, I could hit the back button, I go here, we go there, back button here, there, back button here, forward, there. Nice. So we haven't changed the range on the quantizer, which we need to do, but just as a quick example, already here we have some chords, right? So what we do is that by pressing again, so we have our randoms, we have our sample and holds, we have our quantizers, and then oscillator, and then that VCA on the output, right? So We can select these and just turn down the range. So they're only, they're not going to be going from 0 to 100, which basically then reaches up to, like, I don't know, 20 octaves high, which we don't want. So we'll just do these I like to do these kind of semi-randomly, just around the 30% area. Bring those down, shabam, shabam. Okay, then let's go back over here. So you can hear how some of them are hitting too low. So you also have, let's get this, so some of those are hitting too low, right? So you also have on the quantizer, you can basically set like the minimum of, whatever CV you have coming into it. So you can see on the output here that these are all hitting in the first octave range. So we can just move those up. And this is different from when I press basically the output of the sample and hold and the input of the quantizer. That's the percentage of the connection. So it's like, again, 39%. So whatever the sample and hold does, it's only going to be going into the quantizer at 39%. So it's not going to be the full range. What we're doing here is setting the minimum value that CV is going to hit. It's a little better. So what we can do very quickly, again, back to here, there's stuff happening over here. If I go to channel 14 on the, oh, you can't even see, what the hell? What am I thinking? Yeah. Okay. I mean, you're not going to be able to see the whole thing, but basically, am I going to have to change the freaking camera again? Jeez. Okay, so that's as far as we could zoom out. Okay, I'm going to switch. No, you're going to take my word for it. That's what's going to happen. I'm not going to switch anything. So on the Digitakt here, which you cannot see because the 14th channel is just out of range. Again, the Digitakt is sending MIDI to the poly-in, which again is out of range over on this side over here. But we can set the gate to trigger an envelope here. And we take the output of that envelope to the CV in on the Zoia and then set that to our VCA. And look, and there you go. You got, again, I gotta fix this freaking, it sounds like there's a bunch of low end happening every time I hit a key, but that's just because of this microphone here. So I need to fix that for next time. But so now we can open up that envelope there while still individually changing the chord. And then to bring this all together, let's go back to the Digitakt. And we can sample that chord very easily. Yes, we can. So I'm going to hit yes. Nice. So we'll just edit this real quick. Yeah, it looks good to me. Yep. Let me call this Zoia Zoia 0 1 blank. We'll do yes. Let's see. So I have basses here. So let's just do. We're just gonna do channels 5, 6, and 7 and 8. Just sampling these chords. So we'll do on channel 5. We'll set this back to trigger C5, which is this. Don't ask me, but it's the original pitch. Look, we have that chord. Nice. Okay, let's get another. That's kind of nice. Yeah, let's sample that one. Do function no. And ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. Oh, no. Okay. I'm not going to name this one because screw it. We do yes. Yeah. Do that to channel 6. We'll set the pitch correctly. Set the tune correctly. All right, so with those in mind, let's get another. I'm just actually going to turn on the LFO on this. Now let's just find a good chord. Ooh, that's nice. So I think I'm actually going to sample that, like the wind down of that LFO. Let's try it. Nice. Yeah, we won't even edit that. So that's going to be, what is it, 7? Yep. See, we got our filter on there already. Ooh. Turn that up. Cool. We got some reverb and stuff going on. Turn all that off for each one of these. So let's just adjust the end of that because you see it kind of clicks there. Ooh. So let's clear this pattern. Just play with this. Oh, here's actually another. Well, I want to try this real quick. So I'm going to hit function and page, and then just add another. Was that 16 steps to the sequence? So we basically have, you know, this page and then the next page. So that's 32 steps in total. You see, it goes to page 2. You might not be able to see the camera because I need to move the camera. I'm going to move the camera. I'm doing it. zoom in a little bit. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Let me turn the brightness up here. Oh, yeah. Hey, now we can see. Okay. Let me move my face back. There we go. That's something. Okay. So we actually need to do 2 more pages here to make it a full 16, 32, 64 step sequence. So So what channel? Okay, so channel 1 is that bass that we got from the BIA. Ooh, first try, got the notes. Nice. Legend. Sounds a little crunchy somewhere. Is that the bit reduction? That's kind of cool. So let's go back, channel 14. I have an idea. I want to try something real quick. So that LFO, it's opening and closing the VCA on the Zoia with that little chord thing that we just did. So how about multing? Let me think of how to do this. So I think multing that LFO and going into the zone on the morphogene. Let's try that. I think it needs to go the other way, maybe? Well, that didn't work out. Anyways, I think we'll stop it there for today. Appreciate you guys and everybody who's watching after the fact. Please, shoot some comments in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to see in the next live stream. I might be around tomorrow. I think future of the Hobby Sound channel. I think I'm just gonna live stream. From now on, I hate doing video editing. I don't want to do that anymore. This whole Hobby Sound thing was supposed to be fun, and I hate editing, and I do enough music editing and other crap as it is, so I think we'll just live stream. So anyways, hope you guys have a good one. I'll catch you in the next one. Love ya. Bye.